After independence, when the idea of writing a constitution in a democratic country and forming elected governments was being considered, the Congress Party was the first to give women equal voting rights along with men in this country. Even then, in many countries of the world, women did not have the right to vote or even the minimum respect for women. The Congress Party in independent India was the first to give women the right to vote, provide equal opportunities to women along with men, and provide women with the opportunity and power to make decisions in the governments to be formed in the state or the country. After that, the Congress Party was the party that gave women opportunities in many constitutional positions such as the Prime Minister of the country, the President of this country, the Speaker of the Lok Sabha, the Chief Ministers of various states, and the governors of various states. As you all know, the President, Prime Minister, Lok Sabha Speaker, Governor, and Chief Minister were not only appointed by women to such crucial positions, but also worked under the leadership of those women. The party with a history of 140 years, the Congress Party was the party that appointed women as party presidents even when it fought for independence. The Congress Party, which has such a great history, implemented reservation for women in local bodies in this country, and then when Shrimati Sonia Gandhi got the bill passed in the Rajya Sabha and sent it to the Rajya Sabha, due to the non-cooperation of the Bharatiya Janata Party, women's reservation in the legislative assemblies was frozen in 2013. Since Narendra Modi was the Prime Minister for 10 years from 2013 to 2023, he did not take any initiative in women's reservation. And did not think about giving reservation to women. The decision taken by Congress, and the bill passed by Sonia Gandhi disappeared for 10 years without getting the approval of the Lok Sabha. In 2023, when Kasava Rao, then a Rajya Sabha member, came to discuss the implementation of women's reservations again, the Congress Party fully supported it both in the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. When that bill was introduced, the key point that Narendra Modi himself included in that bill was that after 2026, after collecting the population census and publishing the census in the Gazette, women's reservations would be implemented on the basis of that population, and a law was made before the last elections of 2023. If the bill had been introduced on that day to implement 33% women's reservations in the 2024 Lok Sabha elections, then in the elections held in May and June of the 24th Lok Sabha, 33% of the 543 Lok Sabha members, i.e. 181 women MPs, would have been elected. In addition, if a law has been made to implement one-third women's reservation in the respective legislative assemblies in any state where elections are held after May and June 2024, then in all the states where elections have been held since the last 24 elections, 33% women's reservation has been implemented in the assemblies in those states as well. But, the dishonest NDA government has removed reservations for women by fitting in the law that could have been implemented immediately when the law was passed in the Lok Sabha that day. Today, when the demand for implementing women's reservation comes again, and when the situation arises to implement it, the NDA government has given orders that the population census will be conducted in 2026, and now, leaving aside the issue of completing those censuses and implementing them, it will combine the increase in women's reservation by constituency and category on the basis of the 2011 population into one and bring forward the law today. That is why today, if women's reservations are to be implemented immediately, the provision that you have made that it should be done on the basis of the population collected after 2026, if that one provision is amended, the entire process within 6 months will be completed and 33% women's reservations can be implemented in the upcoming assembly elections in the states. If the Lok Sabha elections are held in 2029, 33% of 543, that is, 181 women, will automatically be represented in the Lok Sabha. Without implementing this, today, the seat increase program and the constituency redistribution program are not combined with it. This is where political conspiracy, political inequality, and political discrimination are all mixed together. That is why today, on behalf of the Congress Party, as the Chief Minister of Telangana State, in the presence of my fellow cabinet members and all the elders, I want to say one thing to Narendra Modi ji. We fully support women's reservation, and we support it in every way. According to the existing law, according to the existing seats, whatever law is brought to implement 33% women's reservation, put it in the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, the Congress party will fully support it. There is no need for discussion. If only one obstacle is removed, namely the population-based reservation to be collected after 2026, women's reservation can be implemented within 6 months. Therefore, tomorrow, from the 16th, 17th and 18th sessions of the Legislative Parliament, we will fully support the law to implement women's reservation immediately, 33% reservation for women on the basis of the existing seats. This is a decision taken by the Congress party not only on behalf of the Telangana state government but also on behalf of the Congress party in the CWC meeting held the other day. The Congress party has been aspiring for the political empowerment of women in women's reservation from the beginning, and has been implementing it from the beginning. The Congress party is committed to 100% women's reservation, and we demand Narendra Modi to implement it immediately.
The seat increase and the redistribution of constituencies is a very dangerous political tool that Narendra Modi is using today. I want to clearly explain to the people today the objections we have regarding it, the objections of the people of South India, as well as the objections of the small states and now. Today, Narendra Modi has introduced the redistribution of constituencies earnings 3 times in the past. In 1957, when the redistribution of constituencies was done, there were 494 seats in the Lok Sabha. When the redistribution of constituencies was done in 1967, it increased to 520 seats. Similarly, the redistribution of constituencies done in 1977 is very crucial. When Mrs. Indira Gandhi was in power, the redistribution of Afghanistan, according to the 1971 census, the decisions taken by Indira on that day were increased to 542 seats after 1 seat was added from Sikkim, and today we have reached the number of 543 Lok Sabha seats in the country. On that day, Mrs. Indira Gandhi in the 1970s, the central government took family planning policy to control the famine and hunger in the country. Ooh. Within 6 years of the implementation of family planning, the southern states, especially the slightly educated states, implemented family planning and population control, and their population control was achieved here. The states in the northern states did not implement family planning, so the population increased exponentially. From 1970 to 1976, the gap between the population increased, and the gap between North India and South India increased. Indira Gandhi recognized this issue and decided that the redivision of constituencies should be done according to the 543 seats. The constituencies in the respective states should be based on the Lok Sabha seats in that state. In 1976, 80 seats were redivisioned in Uttar Pradesh within that state. 42 Lok Sabha constituencies in the United Andhra Pradesh were redivisioned in this state. Mrs. Indira Gandhi banned the increase in CC for 25 years. The reason is that if the population increases and the redivision of constituencies on the basis of population is done, some states that followed population control were punished as per the orders given by the central government. If the seats were increased to appease those